Hi and welcome to my channel. Lately I've come across stories of deep betrayal. The saddest thing about betrayal, they say, it never comes from an enemy. It comes from people you've known for years, people who have been beneficiaries of your kindness. So nightmare stories like, my friend slept with my husband, my friend went behind my back, my friend borrowed money and now she doesn't talk to me. Some really heartbreaking stories. And when you hear things like this, it makes your heart grow colder. It makes you feel like you can't trust anyone and just makes you lose faith in friendship. So makes you want to go on an airplane mode. But those are very few stories and they are very loud. Bad news usually travels very, very fast and it's usually very, very loud. So there's always an alternative narrative to all stories. So in this segment, I want to talk about things to do to safeguard your relationships to make them last. And I'm no expert, it's just my observations. So these things aren't taught in school. We go about life assuming it's just one of those things that we know how to do, but when our friendship is rocked, ndio tunaanza kujua atujui. So to guard your friendship, I think the best thing to do is you can do for yourself and for your friend is build boundaries. You know what they say, good fences make good neighbors. So you establish the no-go zones ahead of time. You also speak about things that bother you the first time you see them, not the second time, the first time you see them. So don't be afraid to ask something if it doesn't look good or if it doesn't ring well. Don't be afraid to look stupid. There is no stupid question. Don't wait for a second strike. Set those boundaries so quickly. No one comes to sleep with your boyfriend or husband from out of the blues. And I know I used an extreme example here and I'm using the gender she. Please feel free to change that. Really, usually people leave you clues before they strike. But we ignore the clues. Why? Because one, we don't want to look bad. We don't want to offend people, or we just don't want to lose them. We're afraid if we share we might lose them, or sometimes we don't want to appear insecure. But if you ask me, if you are my friend, I don't mind you knowing what I'm insecure about. If you take advantage of my insecurities or stroke them, now that's another story. We can't be friends anymore because that's not how friendship is done. So back to my point. If you sit on a red flag, it's not going to change color to be green, yellow. It will remain red. So if you have that gut feeling about anything, that instinct that you feel, act on it. And I can't tell you how many times I hear people say, yani kitu ilikuwa inaniambia. I've had a bad feeling about it. But you didn't listen to it, and now it's coming back to bite you. And when it bites, it's really biting hard. So set those boundaries, those rules of engagement. They are so important. And how do boundaries look like? So if we argue, there is no yelling, no hitting. And if this happens, there are consequences. That's an example of a boundary. And I'll use myself as an example. I'll never call my friend's husband to chit chat because those are boundaries. Those are our unspoken boundaries. So to keep a friend, you have to be a friend and keep those boundaries and protect your friendships, protect them. And I know people will say, oh my goodness, I will never do that to anyone. So let me ask you, excuse me, have you met yourself when you're hungry? Have you met you when you're starving for food? Any food tastes good when you're hungry. It's only after umeshiba unaanza kusema, oh my God, yani, this food is too salty. Have you met yourself when you're desperate? Anything looks good. So please put those measures for times like that so that you can safeguard you and your friend. The first time someone uses a bad language and you don't like it, raise concerns. Don't wait. Put those measures in place ahead of time in your conversations. how you spend your time. Just draw those invisible lines. Draw those lines. They're going to be so helpful to you. The second thing I want to say is diversify your friendship. Oh my goodness, this is so important. Never make one person your alpha and omega. It's a burden to be everything to one person. For instance, have a fun friend. A fun friend is a friend that you don't go ask loans from a fun friend, because you're gonna be disappointed. A fun friend is someone you're just gonna have a good time with. She's a gym buddy, Zumba, let's do Zumba together, shopping together. One of those friends that tells you what fashion is trending, what's new in town. So don't expect that friendship to provide the same things across board. It's kind of like going to a restaurant. You don't go to a Chinese restaurant expecting that they're gonna serve the best ugali or a cheeseburger. No. Your party friend is not your confidant. And it doesn't mean that you treat her with less importance. It's just they play different roles. So you also need a confidant, and this is a relationship that is so important that you need to earn. So this is kind of like your advisor, your mentor type of person. If you're blessed to find one or two, you're so lucky, because those people are really rare to get. Someone who loves you so unreservedly. They are with you whether you're up or down, whether you're right or wrong. They're just there for the long haul. So if you get in trouble, they come and get you out of trouble. You need a friend like that. You need someone you can call. Come on, umefungwa jail, say, come bail me out. And they're not going to ask you a question. They'll ask you later. So you need that kind of relationship. So diversify your friendships and act accordingly to attract those kind of different relationships. So in my next video, I want to talk about interesting story. Please come back. I'm going to talk about rules of engagement, the things that we can do to help protect ourselves. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel below. I am putting the link below. Give this video a like. I think my camera is up there. I'm using my laptop. That's why I'm not used to where my camera is. So please subscribe, give this video a like, and thank you so much for tuning in. You're so awesome. Thank you for listening in until the end. I really appreciate you. God bless you.